tab and scroll wheel is all you need to know right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Medical, we'll go over the very basics. You've got your basic bandages for kind of, it's the default one. Your packing
Elastics for the win.
bandages tend to clot wounds better, so they won't reopen as much. Elastic bandages tend to close wounds in the fastest period of time, so use that information accordingly. Tourniquet, your legs or your arms if you get seriously wounded. The main thing to know is when you're in combat, if you take a shot, unless it is going to knock you out within the next about 5 seconds, do not medic yourself. Continue to engage, continue to get to your cover, get to a position where the rest of the section is safe. Then you can start medicing yourself. Once the combat's completely died down, that's your point to call for a medic, and he'll make sure that you're actually, fully patched up and ready to get into the next fight. But what I don't want to see is you running across the field. Ooh, I've taken a shot. I will go prone and start medicaling myself, because you'll be left in that field, and then you will die by yourself. Keep running, get to cover, then engage the targets. Once the targets have been neutralized, or once you know it's gotten to that point where it's like, we're shooting at them, they're shooting at us, we're both kind of out of effective range, that's the point when you can be like, okay, I'm going to go get myself mediced up so that I don't bleed out. Alright, we'll move down here.
I have one question.
Ah, you've got, yes.
How can I tell whether I'll pass out in 5 seconds or not?
Tends to be by the bullets you're hit with. If you're hit only once with a bullet, if you don't go down straight away, you're not going to pass out. If a mortar shell lands right in front of you, you can probably start, well, praying more likely than healing yourself, because you're going to go unconscious very soon.
Yeah.
You can click H to open your medical menu for most people, unless you've... Sometimes you might bring up a Zeus prompt. There's a way of disabling that in your options by disabling...
No, we're fine.
Yes, it can be if there's some events going on in the mission. Sometimes it's weird. But yeah, H, you can look at yourself. That's the easiest way to medical. You've also got control windows and going into your medical, but I don't like that as much. That's not going to work. Alright, so if you follow me. When you join into a mission, you will always start at the same spawn point, unless there's a very certain mission requirements. You will then go up to a man named Gavras, who we will meet later. Once you've gotten your kit, you will go to a pre-designated region where you will teleport. So right for this area, there will be a lovely truck round to our right. When looking at this, you should see in the center of your screen the prompt "Take a ride to the front line" pop up.
Firing range or vehicle
Firing
depot?
range. Apology, it says front line when we're all here.
Let's
Fantastic.
Go.
Alright.
Let's do shooty shoot.
I was talking about Mr. Gavras. Mr. Gavras is this lovely mustached man standing in front of you. If you'd like to go up to Mr. Gavras, scroll wheel and pick the rifleman slot at the very top of this, and then just come stand outside. So, before we go on to the fun shooty shoot, I will show you how to use the bayonet. In your vest, you will have a beautiful bayonet. If you put this onto the suppressor slot of your rifle, it will equip the bayonet. Then by clicking... Thank you for that. Then by clicking F, change your fire mode till it says 1 meter in the top right. You can then left click, or whatever your attack key is, to fire it. If one of you wants to go up and try stab the beanbag, not the lovely Lance Corporal assisting us. Beanbag? Sandbag. Alright, and... Yes, and then if Harsis or for fuck's sake, I'm gonna fuck that name up so often. Harsis?
Okay.
Harsis.
Yeah.
Harsis. Okay, fantastic. If you wanna... Yeah, so there you go. You got it on the way back. It's not that effective range, 1 meter obviously, but it can be quite nice. Alright, if you want to then take your bayonets off and we'll go to the firing range. As a standard rifleman, you'll probably not be told to ever do a certain set of firing. You won't be told to when to fire. You might be told to hold your fire in certain circumstances. I had a fantastic example of that when I was at Additional Operation. There was an 88, and this 88 was not engaging us, but was looking in our rough direction. And this guy decided, ooh, I'm gonna just shoot straight at the 88. And that 88 then turned towards us and shot at us. And Lee Enfield rounds versus an 88mm, he got killed. and he basically compromised our entire position. So yeah, don't shoot at big guns without clearing it with the person above you. But if you see a German in front of you, especially at any of these ranges, especially at least the first range, just shoot to it. So if you want to make sure you've reloaded your gun, and then you can just fire at these targets. Just practice your gun. This is just for your own getting used to the weapon, so you know how it works. People tend to either set at 100 or 200 meters for basically small contacts. The contacts further back, nearing 300, more than 200. 200 works perfectly well. Out far,
Even the last one was pretty close.
Yeah. But this gun can technically zero up to something stupid like 1,800 meters. Good luck shooting at a target with 1,800 meters with this rifle with no scope. But you know, it's there if you want.
It's possible. It's just not
possible.
gonna happen in real combat.
I think it's for volley shooting actually, not for target shooting.
Because especially when you range it, you're not actually changing the scope's positioning on your screen.
Don, you're bad.
Well, I'm using a revolver. The wind's going against me.
That's no excuse.
So if you want to go back to the and this time I want you guys to get the Bren #1 kit. If you run back to that
I got the last one. I've trained, so we can
do as well. Harsis, I cannot believe how bad I am. Go get Bren #1 off of Gavras, and then come back here.
One day you're gonna take Harsis.
I'm awful, with foreign names, especially those from like Asia. I'm just dreadful. Alright, so you've both now got the Bren gun. Bren gun's a bit different. You will actually be given certain firing commands. So the first one is fire at will. This is a very simple one. You are just shooting to kill. You are shooting at the targets in front of you. And just, you know, putting in as many shots as you need to kill them. So if you want to just use your first mag at fire at will, so just shoot targets, aim for them properly. You'll need to reload. Harsis, you'll need to reload your gun.
I thought safety was on.
No, yeah, so just, you'll never spawn with ammo in the gun, you'll always have to reload. Yeah, once you've finished your first mag, reload it, and then just stand ready, but don't start engaging yet. Once you've done that.
Reloading.
Alright.
Really?
Yeah, just hold for now. Alright, so the next thing we'll talk about is Suppressive Fire. The way what you'd use Suppressive Fire is if there's, say, a trench line in front of us and you want to make sure their heads stay down, that's the type of fire you'd be used. You'd be told to use Suppressive Fire. If you're not really told, you're normally just doing fire at will. So, Suppressive Fire starts off with about a 5 to 7 round burst from your gun. So, boom, 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 boom. And then after that, you tend to have a 1 second pause, or slightly under 1 second, and then shoot 2 to 3 shots. So start off with that initial burst, and bring it down to 2 to 3 shots. You're not aiming to hit targets in this, you're literally just aiming to suppress an area. So if you guys want to do Suppressive Fire, so I want to hear those 5-7 initial shots, so quite a large burst, and then after that, 2 to 3 shots every about 1 second. So you can start Suppressive Fire when ready.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Alright, awesome. So, the next one that you'll hear is Rapid Fire. Now, Rapid Fire is the fun one. You know those first 5 to 7 rounds that you did?
Yeah.
In Suppressive Fire? Well, now, after your 1 second break that you'd normally do in Suppressive Fire, you then fire another 5 to 7 bullets. And then that 1 second break, and then that other 5 to 7 bullets. So, Rapid Fire is all about getting rounds down range. You'd often be told to do Rapid Fire. Say you were suppressing that trench before. Now, say some lovely chaps from our group are about to attack that position. They're going to want those heads to be fully down of those Jerrys. So we will tell you to go Rapid Fire whilst those people approach. So when you're ready, Rapid Fire, as I was saying, 5 to 7 shots, then a 1 second pause, and 5 to 7 shots.
Reloading.
Yeah, you will burn through rounds fast and rapid fire, so you'll only really be told to do it when when we're on that final charge in with a rifle section. So, if you want to go back and get the rifle kit again from the lovely Gavras, and then we will go show you the grenades.
Wonderful. I hope I would never have to play with this.
Well, you don't like the Bren gun?
30 round max and a fucking machine gun is cancer.
It's as accurate as the Enfield, though.
I'm still the MG42 kind of person.
I'd
rather have I'd rather have a 50 round drum or 200 round.
The thing is,
box.
the Bren was a much more accurate and much more lethal gun than the MG.
Yeah, but the MG42 shoots 1600 rounds per second.
I understand the love of its RPM.
You don't have to.
Selfridge, it's not more lethal, it's just a Linda Beige has a fucking biased opinion.
The MG was incredibly inaccurate is the issue. It was designed to suppress, not to kill. The Bren
It wasn't terribly inaccurate. It actually wasn't.
It wasn't terribly inaccurate.
No,
it wasn't precise either.
It didn't have like a bad MOA.
Go get the go take one number 77 WP from this, and you should already have a number 36. Not from the box. You scroll wheel on the box.
I'll take those. Hit the hobbit gear grenades on my property.
Did you throw that, John?
No. Yeah.
Yes.
Can I throw?
So I want you to throw a number 36 grenade into that bunker.
36.
Yep.
Yeah.
And say
I'll
that is not 36.
That's 73 thermos, so not anti-tank grenade.
There we go. So you'd say frag out. Since you go in
Frag
the
out.
bunker, we'll be fine. Normally, if you hear the word frag out, you should go crouched or go prone. We're using if you use Shift G is the best way to get it accurate.
Yeah, that's what I use.
Harsis, do you want to go for it?
If you hear the word grenade,
Frag out.
run.
Wait.
Shift G then left
I
click.
tried to cook it, but it's the same key as the map, so I just brought up the map.
Oh, I
Frag
would never. Cooking is risky. Good job. So both got in the bunker. Wow, that one felt like it got cooked in reverse.
Yeah.
Felt like it took longer. Never mind, these grenades just take longer than I remember. So if you click Shift Control G, you should change to being the number 77 grenade. Stuart, if you just want to throw that in the bunker as well. So WP, white
which one?
phosphorus, the number 77, woolly peach, or white phosphorus, or WP. This is a smoke grenade
Spicy.
that's also quite explosive. It's also got a hilariously shit collision model, so do not try throwing it prone next to any terrain pieces, or you'll probably blow up yourself. So Harsis, if you just want to fire it, throw it. Oh. We'll wait for that to dissipate and then you can throw it at Harsis. Harsis, I fucking hate my inability to remember names.
Both
So awful when
both is good. Both is good.
Good. It is awful when I go to when I go to a new job or anything, and it's just like, great, I will never remember any of your names until I leave.
Harsis.
I'm used to playing with like names above the head stuff, so
Yeah, but I
pain.
can't pronounce
Literally
certain names
pain.
overhead. Alright, you can throw that grenade when you're ready.
Smoke
So,
out.
77, that was exactly what I was talking about by it potentially colliding with...
the
Also
pain is
better.
real.
Yeah, so that is the example of what I was talking about. And since we're standing in Willy Beats, we're actually continuously taking
You're past
damage.
that. Yeah.
Much appreciated.
You are welcome.
Millipede is, unlike the thermal, millipede is very thermal.
Yeah, that's a
but
great
healed
example
me.
of what I was talking about. I did heal you.
Can I try again?
Of course you can. Let's wait for that smoke to dissipate. So yes,
No,
make sure
that's
you're,
illegal.
make sure you're arcing it well
you heal
over
me?
Any terrain.
Okay,
I've
smoke
got-
out.
Yeah. Oh, are you needing a heal one?
Yeah,
Yes.
never mind, I hit.
I could have done it myself if you just.
So, yeah. Yes. No. So it's yeah. Grenades. I have
Smoke out.
So normally, yeah, that was a great one. Normally only sergeants get this, and the amount of times that I think in like 4 operations I blew up myself and then 2 other people twice. So I was quite bad with it though. Don't feel bad.
But the weird thing was that
Gammon?
the
Alright,
art
moving on with
indicator
me.
showed that it went
Suffer.
way over my cover.
Self,
Yes?
you're not gonna do the gammon?
No. They only ever use number 70s and number 36s, and every other grenade that we have is impact and normally self-explanatory.
What?
Oh.
I've used 77 and gammon, and if you don't teach gammon right, then I've seen bad things.
Well, then we can laugh at the bad things. So, Stuart has masterfully deduced what we are doing in this
Yeah,
in this area. So,
you're
what
just
you
too
can do,
easy to see through.
what you could do is if you want to come help, if you hold Windows key above the trench, you'll see the help digging, the interactions, help digging. You can then help there. So that's one of the advantages of the trench mod we use. You can help digging. You've actually built the main trench that we dig as well, Stuart. So you are very well
Because
experienced.
that's the biggest trench with the least time.
Yep. So
I play
Harsis,
Armor for
if you just want to
2400 hours.
control
yeah.
Windows, go to your equipment, entrenching tool, and if you want to dig a short trench for us. And then Stuart will demonstrate his ability to help dig, that he definitely already knows how to do because he's played this game for long enough. There we go, fantastic.
How many hours do you have?
I have 2,000, I think, roughly.
Okay, fair enough.
I think the most we've got on this unit is 6,000, I think. But that's those tend to be people who mission make, who have those many hours. So those
Oh
are
yeah,
people
I'm
who
mission
spend,
make,
like,
that's why I have that many hours.
yeah, people who spend like 6 hours a day staring at a screen, not playing, but doing the tenuous activity of having to make a mission, which is always appreciated. Anyway, I will teleport us to a position, and since some guys joined, I'm going to have to teleport us all individually, which I love having to do.
Pain.
Stuart, you will be the first to leave us.
I'm happy. Ooh.
You can see what we're doing here.
Me likey.
Who have I've not brought John. Leave John and watch him be sad.
No great loss.
So yes, if you scroll wheel on the box and take the Piat number 1 slot. Ooh, you've gotten the fancy Piat. So this is the Piat which goes. You can fire that one. You've brought the Piat that goes in the rifle slot. Which the advantage of that is you can go prone. The disadvantage is you don't get a rifle. So you can fire. God, that one gives so much different effect. I think you went over, didn't you, on that one?
Yeah, I
You went short on that one.
like it.
God, this one's so much worse. Go get the Piat number 1 Stuart behind you on the bombs. Yeah, look at the effects from the fucking proper Piat that we use. It's so much better. Yeah, both you can just fire it. I hit the first Panzer IV.
Oh, I need to reload. I remember that.
Oh, that's fantastic. That was a perfect shot. You did that one.
Huh?
That was right.
Yeah, that was not
so,
right at all.
Each section has a Piat gunner. We'll have a Piat gunner right now in 1940. And, poor John. I feel so bad for him. I'm going to teleport him. I'm just left.
Just teleport him off, Peter.
I'll teleport him into the firing range.
Yeah, teleport him into the fire.
What?
Hey, John.
I was briefing Harold on why he was taking Splinter.
Oh,
Because I got hit for a Splinter over there.
I can teleport you back if you want.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna show you something.
Piat number 2 is the carrier.
Oh, I've been restrained. That's lovely.
But you restrained yourself.
I didn't. I think I did.
Hibbity hobbity, you're not my property. Oh no, fuck today.
I can unput it myself. Yes. So this Piat.
I am hurt. Please help me.
Okay, I will medicate you. You would normally use this Piat in urban environments or along hedgerows. So this is a bad example of how you'd actually use it. As you might have been able to witness, there's a lot of shrapnel coming off these. And yeah, you could use it as a negative mortar. There's no backblast on these. They're all They are all swing fired.
Did you see how long that takes?
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous how much of an
I'll
arc.
just shoot this and now I'll leave and I'll come back in a minute when.
You know what I bet you could do if you gave it such an arc? You could probably run up
It has
to where it's going to
such
impact.
weird ranging options.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
I mean, I
It's-
can kill myself with this.
But it's in
shooting
yards
a-
too, not meters. So.
Yeah, it's
Hey, who was that?
Anyway, we've had a bunch of that. I will go show you the vehicles. So if you guys want to stop firing, or this teleport can go quite bad.
Hold fire!
Can you heal me?
I will heal you when we're there. Do you think
No,
Harold might
he
be
wants to go to
teleported?
the firing.
Oh yeah, I'll teleport people individually then.
So,
Alright,
can you
you're first this time, Harsis.
Hi. Ooh.
Should have put on the safety.
Stay still, John.
M3,
You happy now?
M3's do it very sexy.
Yes, so this is the M3 Stuart, but that's not what this is here for. This in tank terms is a line ahead. And to the left and the right, each of these pillars would mark an infantryman's position. Here we've got 2 columns either side of the road. The purpose of this would be to escort the tanks through a hedgerows or an urban environment. The infantry to either side provides screening and are checking for any sneaky Germans with a Panzerfaust or a Panzerschreck who are about to pop out. And then the tanks are looking down the road, being a bit more of a chunky fire. So if anything turns around that corner, it can be absolutely shredded. So, over here, you will then see a triple file behind the tank. The purpose of this is, say there is an enemy bunker up ahead, or a position up ahead that we do not know of. You'd get the infantry behind here to basically use the tank as a massive shield for them.
Yes, sir.
Effective in some situations, but with Cromwells, all you're doing is you're slowing down the Cromwell and you're making both groups more vulnerable. So you tend to use this more with Shermans than Cromwells, but we switched to Cromwells and someone wanted to be a Cromwell here. If you hold Windows key and go up to the interactions in the very center of this vehicle, you will see an infantry phone. You can take that infantry phone. The purpose of this infantry phone is so that the tank crew can actually hear you. They will not be able to. Why can I see open doors? What am I opening?
I don't want to bother anyone, but I'm still quite badly hurt.
Oh. I'll heal you. Sorry about that. Also, feel free to bother people during operations because we don't want you going unconscious without us knowing. So if you are injured, make yourself known. And also don't what are you shaking?
Yeah, maybe put on the safety.
Yes. So, take the infantry phone, identify yourself to a tank, and then tell them what you know. So if you've been told to go tell the tanks that there's an 88 down the road, go tell the tanks there's an 88 down the road on the right, for example. Don't tell them what to do, just tell them information. They will make the plan up and will help you out. You can ask them for help. If your guy says, can you ask the tanks if they can come down and support us here? But they might tell you no because they have something else to do. Anyway.
Is that the radio key or the local voice key?
Can I just say, if you were doing Piat shooting earlier, the shrapnel was hitting the firing range.
I know, the shrapnel was going mad. They were spamming the Piat as fast as they could. So, if you want to follow me, over to our left, you can see Matilda and a Stuart as well. Further away, you can see a Valentine. But we will move on to the vehicles that you're more likely to see in operations. So I'll run straight to the vehicles that the infantry use. Right now, we are the infantry are a carrier group. Here is the carrier. This is the universal carrier, also known as the Bren carrier. You can fit, I think, up to like 8 or 10 people on this vehicle. But each carrier nowadays should have 11. That is the maximum you can physically put on it. Our unit, we don't like having more than 5 people on a carrier because they're quite clearly not the most durable vehicles, and you don't want to be putting all of your eggs into one basket. So you should see no more than 5 people in this vehicle and no less than 3 people in this vehicle. Ideally 4 people per vehicle.
Why 3 people? Or 4 people? It's only got 2 people in front.
It's World War II doctrine. You'd have 3 people per carrier in the earlier war, 4 people later war.
Okay.
It's,
Does that include driver and gunner, or?
That includes driver and gunner. So you'd have your driver, you'd have your gunner, and then you'd have your carrier commander, who would sit in the back
Okay.
and smoke a cigar. And then later on, you would have a mortar operator or a Piat gunner or a radio operator accompanying that commander. So you'd have 4 people in the vehicle. And these Bren guns would actually be able to come out and be used as just the normal Bren. Instead, we just give you a Bren gun to carry because it doesn't work like that. Over here, you can see the Sherman Firefly with its beautiful attempt to make itself not look like a Sherman Firefly with some debatably effective camouflage.
At long range?
It looks like it's snorting too much coke.
It's supposed to, when you look at it to the side, make it look like it's a short-barreled gun. Because it's a 76mm diameter compared to a 75mm diameter. So the gun's actual diameter is very similar. It's just the length that made it obvious. So they would try to make it look shorter. They'd use lots of different types of camouflage. They'd sometimes put the white on the top. Sometimes even put some blues in there. It wasn't normally seen as that effective. There's no statistical data on how effective it was, but it was just their attempt. Over here, you can see just the more standard Shermans. We don't see them as much now because they're accompanied by Matildas and Cromwells, but we might see them in the future. Over to the right, we've got your half-tracks. These were often used by motor platoons, which we used to be, but now we are a carrier platoon, so we do not use them anymore. To the right, you've got the scout cars. These will normally be used by higher-ups, so normally your platoon, your company HQs, sometimes even battalion HQs will have these attached to them, and they'll be using those. Over on the far side, you can see the Cromwells. We've got 2 versions of the Cromwells. You've got your standard anti-tank ones, and then you've got ones that have had a massive howitzer slammed onto their gun instead, and are primarily used for anti-infantry. Occasionally they can, hit some heavily armoured bunkers and stuff and try to do some damage inside them with big booms. You've got your stewards, and then you've got some fuel tanks in the off event that the tanks actually run out of ammo before they're shot. Run out of fuel before they're destroyed. Anyway, do any of you guys have any questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
You did that to someone else as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did that.
Fun. This training server is always up. You can come on it at any time and you can fuck around with it. You can blow things up or whatever you want. The only thing that we request is if you massively shag the server, aka you blow up everything in this vehicle depot or something, or even if you just damage anything, just send us a little message saying, I've been messing around with the server and I've broken stuff so that we can restart the server before the next training. Is that?
Sir, I'm scared.
Oh God. Yeah, I don't blame you. You know what's brilliant? God is on our side. God saved us.
God set me on fire.
Don't worry, it's just in KV8. It only has a 45
That's such a cool tank. Anyway, thank you for coming. Feel free to have some fun with John.
Yes, I will.
I will let John shoot me in the head so that he can get the satisfaction of revenge. Oh my God, what have you done?
Why me?
What happened there? What did you do, John? What? Dude? What blew us up? Where's John? I think you killed